What's going on, everybody? In this video, I'm going to show you how I paint this bass guitar from start to finish. I like to take a little bit of chalk and just do a little sketch on some of the surfaces to get an idea of where I'm going with everything. After I go ahead and cut out the image, laid it on there, sprayed it, boom, there you go. Got a nice little outline. And then I filled that in with sizing, and then I applied my leaf. And if the edging's a little rough, it's no big deal because I'm going to pinstripe it and make it a nice clean edge. After I hang it up, I hit it with a degreaser and then a tack rag, blow off any kind of dust. Put a first light tack coat on, let it sit for a few minutes, hit it with a heavier coat and another heavier coat. This clear coat is really just to seal that gold leaf in. Gold leaf's pretty fragile, and if you're doing a lot of work on top of it, you might wipe it right off. So you seal it up with a coat of clear, then the next day, as you see, I sand it all down, gray Scotch Brite it, pay attention to my edges, you don't want to cut through, which you can easily do. Put down my carbon transfer, put the image back on top, retrace the whole thing. As you can see, it gives me a map for all my pinstriping, so it's nice and accurate. The good thing about a low tack tracing vinyl is you can see it through a light table, you can trace images on it, and also it's low tack, so when you put it on the surface, do your spray, when you peel it off like right here, the sticky part stays with the vinyl when you peel it off. It doesn't stay on the surface of your artwork, so it's nice and clean when you're done. So that whole image I used earlier where I just sprayed the blue around the background, now I'm taking it and cutting it up into sections and using that as a shadowing template. So I'm getting layers and everything like that. And I just keep on cutting further and further, and it basically gives me a map of where to do all my airbrush work. You see right there, I cut out the lip, cut out part of the nose, and I just spray a little bit through there. It gives me a little bit of a mapping of where to put more airbrush work. So I'm not just guessing. Here's what I'm talking about from earlier with the tracing vinyl. I can see through it on the light table, see that? So I can go ahead and hit with a pencil or just cut straight out. Lay some transfer tape on top, transfer it over to my part, size it out where I want to put it, rub it on down, peel it off. So after everything looks good, put a coat of clear on, let it sit a day. Here I go with the gray Scotch-Brite again, scuffing it all up. Stay away from my edges and just really use the gray Scotch-Brite for that part. After our gray Scotch-Brite the whole area, no more sheen to it, I'll come back in with some pinstriping and outline the little character. Got a few more areas of detail I got to work on, so instead of just guessing it, I'll go ahead and put a piece of clear transfer tape down, retrace the area out, go ahead and put in my details that I didn't put in earlier. And what I'll do is I'll cut this out, but I won't cut it on the surface because you might cut a little too deep. And if you cut too deep into your artwork, it might just peel right off like a sticker. I like to use a lot of shields to do some airbrush work with. It kind of gives you a nice hard edge without having to tape off everything. I got a few different shields I like to use. It just really helps when I'm laying down a quick shadow line without having to tape it all off. I'll use a little bit of pinstriping and kind of clean up the edging, make it look a little more tighter, kind of, give it some definition. Then I'll come back in, do a little more airbrushing, kind of pop it a little bit more. Using that same brush, I go ahead and hit it with a little bit of white, give it a little pop highlight in the eye, a little bit on the lip. Do a final cleaning on the surface, then I go ahead and hit it with a tack rag, blow it all off, and now it's ready for clear coat. After about 3 coats of clear or so, I'll go ahead and wet sand it down with 1500, then chase it with 3000, then chase that again with 5000, and hit it with a buffing wheel. Just like always, you gotta be careful with your edges. Don't get too close to them. You'll cut right through it. Even though you are buffing, it can happen. And last step, I'll just go ahead and wipe it down with a microfiber cloth, and there you go. Alright, what do y'all want to see me do next? Leave them in the comments section, let me know. If you like what you see here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll be having more content out here sooner or later. And you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Alright, see y'all next time.